What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Unstructured Podcast. Ethan Zaretsky along with Juan Faura. He's outside. He's getting scenic today on a Sunday, but you're probably not watching this on a Sunday. Maybe you are. I don't know what day it is, but I hope you're having a great day. Unstructured Show. Thank you for tuning in with us. Juan, how you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. I appreciate you asking. Usually I have a little bit louder voice here, and my voice would be like, yeah. But I am outside, and it kind of echoes, and it is 9 in the morning here, PST. So got to be cognizant of that. But I'm going to flip the question. I'm going to do that Uno reverse. How are you doing today on this
I'm great.
Sunday, man? Listen, you're doing great.
Yeah, of course.
Listen, I'm gonna jump right into it. I hate to just jump and like seal it right back. Like I'm almost like doing the Infinity Stones right now, where I'm just like adding them like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 4 right now. So the
Okay.
fourth Infinity Stone is okay. How Future says, "To the Sunday, hit a staff for spend a day, get a mind blown." March Madness, like it is literally this week was women's basketball tournament season. Next week is this coming week right now is all the men's tournament games, Big 10, SEC, Big 12, and then next Sunday is the tournament bracket reveal. So this is the fun time where you go to the App Store and the one app that's irrelevant for 51 weeks in the year becomes relevant for this week. ESPN Tournament Challenge. Have you downloaded it yet is my question.
It doesn't get undownloaded, Juan. I just get excited that I get to search it every year and it's still there and it automatically updates. I already have my bracket challenge. So that brings me to this point. If you are interested in getting in on an ESPN tournament challenge and you want to have a little fun with your money, only $10, you get one bracket. Let me know. Drop a comment. I have a tournament challenge going right now. I got you. I got you. I'll put my Venmo and all that stuff, pop it right there. If you want to join the tournament challenge, send me a message. I will get you into the bracket challenge. We're going to have a huge pot. It's going to be a lot of fun. You just sweat out your bracket. There's going to be a ton of people in there. It's going to be, Juan is just, you can't even stop moving your leg. You're that excited.
Yeah, you know how I like be like going like this with my legs where like I bounce up and down? Like that's exactly what's going on right now. It's like a dog when you
Because I got
scratch
this
the
chug jug. I got a chug jug. So that's what I'm going to be doing soon. I'm going to start twitching because
Yeah, start switching. You know what the best part is? Like a dog, like how my legs going up and down. It's like a dog when you scratch and they like kick their leg like this. And
yeah,
they're like
yeah.
leg in. But dude, no, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for the tournament challenge. My company, Shout Out Night Media, we have a tournament thing that we're gonna be doing with our company where it's like a $5 buy-in and like there's 80 employees. So do the math on that. That's what
$400.
$400,
Mhm.
$400 right there. And then with you guys, $10. That's probably gonna be what $1,000. If you get 100 people.
Probably be like a $500-$600 pot for first place, 200 for second place.
Yep, hell yeah. So
So yeah,
I think, bro, for me, it's the most exciting time in sports. Everybody talks about Super Bowl. Everybody talks about NHL. Everybody talks about World Cup. Those are all fantastic, but March Madness, specifically those Zaretsky, specifically the first 2 days of it when there's 16 games on from literally 12:07. I have it down by T. From 12:07 to 10:07 EST. So that's from 9 a.m. PST to 7 p.m. PST. There is literally a game starting every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes.
but Joanna, I have a hot take for you. I think that the conference tournaments are better than the first couple days of March Madness, and I think that the Sweet 16 is the best part of March Madness. Is that a hot take? Let me know in the comments.
So
Because
why do why?
in the conference tournaments, you get rivalries, you get gritty games, you get teams that maybe have never won a conference championship before playing for that. Like you saw Penn State the other day beat Wisconsin. I have
Yeah, but
no like these games they matter.
that
Wisconsin's
wasn't in
probably
the
not going.
tournament though. That was regular season.
I understand that, but not Wisconsin. That was a terrible loss for them, and they're going to now be a 3-4 seed when they could have been a 2 or 3 seed. It's a
Yeah,
huge game.
you're not wrong. Now I will say this in terms of um that conference stuff. I think you have a great point, but because I think you're alluding to something. Penn State, our junior year of college, which was 2 years ago, which don't even age me, please. Um,
You age yourself.
Great. Next is Jalen Pickett and their team with Michael Shrewsbury. Penn State was literally a 7 seed. They started
Yep.
in the second round against
They played
Northwestern,
Texas. They played
and they got.
Texas A&M.
I'm not talking about the tournament. I'm talking about Big Ten tournament
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
when they went from the 7 seed in the Big Ten
Yes.
and
Yes.
worked
Yes.
and literally lost by a jump shot in the Big Ten championship. Do you realize like Penn State almost won a Big Ten championship against Purdue? Like almost this
So
close.
close. And Purdue is like choke university. I mean, they invent new ways to not win games. It's kind of hilarious. Like they were dominating Illinois that whole game. I don't know if you were watching that game. They should have won that game like by 15. They choked that game. Illinois ended up winning by 8, which wasn't very indicative of the way that the game was played. But Purdue just stinks. Like they just, like I said, invent new ways to lose.
Literally invent new ways to lose. On that note, I gotta shout out my fellas and I want to switch gears a little bit. Zaretsky, got my friends Michael Yankello, Jack Rush, and Joel Freeman. Jack and Joel, I went for context, middle school, high school, college, all
W.
up the ranks. They wanted to come visit LA. Yankello's a master's student in engineering. He's doing his master's right now at Penn State, and he has spring break this week. So he decided to leave on Friday, and they're here until Tuesday. And it's just great being able to explore California with them. We were all around visiting. Dude, when I tell you this is like unstructured, let me give you an example.
Let's
We're
hear it.
driving around LA. I take them to Griffith Observatory. We're driving down by LA Live. That's where the Kings play and
Casino.
the Lakers. It's 4:55. The game's at 5. We park our car under LA Live because we just were like, all right, this is a good place to park. It's a nice parking deck. It's close to everything. I literally see a Kings jersey walk, and I check my ESPN. I go, guys, Audible Kings game, $50 including fees.
For all
Literally,
tickets?
no, each.
Okay.
50
You
each,
got
but
me
that's still a
excited.
good deal. 50,
That's
50.
great. That's great, especially for a game against the Blues. That's
Correct.
pretty good.
So, and they lost the first 2 games against the Blues. They've played them 3 times in the last 8 days.
I know. I'm tapped
So,
in.
so, 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 Zaretsky, we're literally in the party deck. I say $55, fees included, nosebleeds. They go Audible send. Literally, Zaretsky, I'm in the escalator going up to the stadium like it's TD Garden, but for the crypto.
Hmm.
One of the most iconic feelings I've had here in LA. I literally click like payment. It says delivered. I look up and it's Crypto Arena. Like you can't script it. Like you can't
That's
script
sick.
it.
That's
You
sick.
can't script it. And then
I
I
live for
literally
moments like that.
like scanned my thing and I just walked in and then ready. Next thing you know, I'm literally perfect timing. The Rizzler, who's our client, was at the
Yeah.
game on the big screen and the national anthem literally as I walked in, right in. Like you couldn't have scripted it any better.
The Rizzler. That's crazy. That's funny. That's
Tell me
funny.
that's like not a great audible of example, like spending time with like your friends and having great relationships, like us, like we do, where it's just like shit, like stuff like that. It's just like sporadic.
Yeah, spontaneous. That I love stuff like that. I feel like I've had a few moments like that in my
And I
life, and
texted
like
you and
those
Ben about it too. Like it was
I
literally I
saw.
saw a jersey and I'm like, it's over. Because you know me,
Dude,
if I see something, it's like, oh, it's locked, done.
if you're listening to this and you're thinking about just pulling the trigger and doing something fun, like right on the spot, just do it. Like
And yeah, just do
it's a memory. It's a memory you'll just never forget. And they ended up winning. I don't know if you stayed
in
for the whole game.
overtime, in overtime.
And Quentin Byfield hit the
Yeah, yeah,
boom. Yeah, that was sick. That was
yeah,
sick.
because
But
they were there.
yeah, the Rizzler and the AJ and them. I'm so
Yeah.
happy you're into hockey, man. That's and we have another hockey topic to speak about. I know you guys are probably tired of talking about
Did
hockey.
you see the overtime goal though, real quick about the Kings? Not to cut you off.
Of course, yeah. That's why I said he hit the boom.
Yeah,
He hit the boom.
top shelf nasty.
The 2024-2025 Penn State men's hockey team of destiny.
Yes, sir.
They were in the mud, the dumps before the break, the Christmas break.
Like how
They
bad?
were like barely 500. Like just not playing well at all. Like
Were they like not supposed to make it like any like sort of?
they had their season was over. Like basically wraps. They were losing to all the top teams on the weekends, like, and they completely flipped the program around. And they are on a heater right now. They are
Like, would you say they're one of the best teams right now?
They
in
are
country?
the hottest. They are the hottest team in college hockey, no doubt.
Like
No
across
doubt.
entire college hockey.
Juwan, Penn State's been D1 for probably around 30 years now. Before this weekend, They had only beaten Michigan in Michigan 5 times. Not five.
By the way,
Not five. Not
they've only been for 10 years.
really. No,
Yeah,
no.
because when Pagula started, that's when they became D1. Yes.
Okay, well then it's been 20 years because their first game was against
10.
Army and like
Yeah,
what was it
2011.
like? Really?
No,
It's only been that
2013.
long?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
fact checking me. But whatever. They've only beaten Michigan 5 times. That was my point.
Like 5 times holistically there in Pagula?
No.
Or
In
just,
Michigan. In Michigan.
you know what that
Like
stadium's called? Let's see if you know.
it's Yost Ice Arena.
Yeah. Good work.
They exercise those demons. They have conquered their fears. JJ Weebush is a stud. 4 goals in 2 games.
By the way, the goal.
It's a Sports Center top 1 play. Number 1 play on Sports Center.
Not even top 10.
It was number 1. It was the best play.
What do you think of a freshman that how he did that goal? Like, tell me how nasty that goal was.
It is like the cojones to pull off that play and to execute it to the highest ability. Listen, I'm just so happy for the guys. Shout out.
He's a freshman too.
I know. Shout out and shout out Charlie Serrato, another freshman, scoring a penalty shot to seal the deal. And he got kicked out of the game because he was talking smack to the other bench.
Wait, really? That he got kicked out for that?
He scored a goal. He scored a penalty shot. So if those that don't know, like he's the only one shooting. Like he's the only one on the ice. And he scored. And he skated around. I could try and show the clip. He screamed at the Michigan bench. He was like, "Yeah, take that." And then he got ejected from the game. Like 3 minutes left. He's a stud. I'm just so happy for the guys. Shout out Danny. Shout out Danny. Shout out Ben. Shout out Jimmy. Shout out all the guys.
Ben got a goal.
Shout out Seafarth. Yeah, Ben had a goal in the second game, and Danny and Ben both scored in game 1. So happy.
Danny scored too. Oh yeah.
Yes. I'm so happy for them.
Dude, our guys they know how to get it done.
They're cooking right now. They have clinched their spot in the NCAA tournament.
I don't know that's not.
No, it's confirmed. It's confirmed.
Like actually.
Yeah, and then next weekend, I'm not sure who they play. I think they play Michigan
State. Yeah.
Okay.
Now that's gonna be a tough one because look, they just swept them at Michigan State. That was like the series that they had to do to like have any chance to like anything. They swept them. But do you really think Michigan State's gonna lose 3 times in a row to Penn State? 3rd time's the charm.
I think it's going to be very difficult for Penn State to beat Michigan State in a series, on their home ice.
It's a 1 game, it's single elimination.
Really?
Yep. I did my research.
Wow. I mean, you're very well versed in this hockey world.
Of course, the only reason I'm very well versed is because I got a lot of guys on that team. Jimmy Dowd, who came back. By the way, he's been out for a little bit. I won't talk about why. He had an injury, but I'm not going to obviously publicize that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's back now. I mean, Jimmy's like on all cylinders. Dude, Jimmy, like not to glaze on the PP is
they need him.
He's so good at like facilitating on the top of the point.
You know what they call that? Then you know what they call that in hockey? Zone. They call it the quarterback. The quarterback of the power play.
No, like Jimmy, like Ben, shout out Ben Schoen, he just told me this, and I will say this. He literally told me Jimmy's the quarterback in PP.
Yeah, that's what you got to be. Shout out Adam Fox, and shout out Drew Doughty for the Kings. I'm pretty sure he's the quarterback.
Did you see that top shelf snipe, bro?
He's a stud.
Ines Kopitar, and he's been out injured like all year, and now he came back.
Yeah, he is very underrated. Like people talk about, very good centers in the NHL, like Barkov, and they talk about how good Bergeron was. Kopitar is easily a Hall of Famer. He has 2 Stanley Cup championships. He's just a gritty guy, and he's still doing it. Like he's like in his late 30s. Like he's just such a grinder.
Yeah, he only had 15 goals this year, but it was cool to see the captain get a goal.
He's not much of a scorer. He's more of a facilitator, like a playmaker. But when he needs to get the job done for his team, he gets it done.
He gets it done.
Yep.
Zaretsky, it's crazy to think, brother. We talked about it last week, so I don't want to talk about it again. But like summer is literally like in 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand what today was? Today was daylight savings. We lost an hour.
It's March 9th, baby.
We're here. Like Rita's is open.
Yeah, that's how you know. Can I wear shorts today? Let's do a shorts check. Let's look at the weather.
Shorts check brought to you by Old Navy. Old Navy is your number 1 go-to place for all things
42 degrees.
Yeah, you're insane. By the way, you just dropped your location. It's crazy.
Okay, I'll say I'm in State College. 43 degrees. It's hotter in Chicago than it is where I'm at
That's
right now in New
glaze.
Jersey.
That's insane.
82 in Miami.
Zaretsky,
And it must be
I already
nice.
know what hoodie you're wearing, and I don't want you to move. I already know. Nike blue, right to
No,
here.
no, bro. Oh, no. Do you have another guess?
Yeah, there we go. Can I have a hint?
No, you brought this upon yourself.
I bet it's
Look at the
Nike.
string. No, it's not, bro. It's not
The
Nike.
Rangers.
No. Good guess though. Rangers do play today, and I will be in attendance.
Correct.
So I'm happy about that. Look at the strings. The strings should give it away. I'll like tie it up again. So I rarely wore this sweatshirt around you, so I'd be surprised if you got this.
You know what Nike one I'm talking about? The blue Nike one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I only have that in black, I think.
Oh, fudge. I don't know, bro. Bro, that's what you wore on one of the first pods.
Yeah, this is an old sweatshirt that I used to wear this all the time in high school, and I was
All
like,
the
you know
time.
what?
You have worn that. You wore that in a couple pods.
Yeah,
I'll never
yeah.
forget which one though you wore on the first episode. I'll never forget. It's the red, white, and blue Nike Tack fleece. It's the white.
Oh, the
hoodie.
Rangers
Yes,
jacket.
yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love that. I love that thing.
Thank you.
You have
So,
a very good memory. I don't have a very good memory.
yeah, the one thing I do have a memory on is the fact that I almost lost my wallet. Whiteout weekend. We recorded the podcast. Remember on that Friday in the studio.
Yes. And
And
your wallet
I
was
was
in the studio, was it not?
literally just sitting there. And the worst part about it is I literally walked around the entire campus, got back. Long story short, I get to the studio. Two guys are dude. I don't have a key swipe. Literally, two guys are walking out of the studio, and the door is about to like he's literally like standing there talking to somebody, and he's the last one out. And I said, "Wait, yo, quick question. You guys see a wallet?" And then he's like, and then he turns around and it's sitting there on the desk. Like, think about that. I literally would have had to make you the next day, which probably 93%, if I'm being honest, wasn't gonna happen. That have someone go to the Willard to swipe me in and get me in.
Yeah.
Also, considering the fact that if Willard was even open in the first place, I'd be fucked.
Willard is always open as long as you have swipe access. Yeah, I used to go into Willard at like 5 a.m. sometimes. Shout out Willard. It used
I
to
miss
be
that
like
place. Like, you
my
know, like the
safe
little
haven.
study spot. He used to wait for me when we used to record. Oh my, dude! Now I'm getting memories. They used to wait for
I'm
me.
gonna start getting emotional, man. It's like
You know what I'm talking about?
I
Used to
miss
be waiting
school.
like with all the people. Like, you ready? And then we like go to play. Oh man.
Yeah. Sad. Enjoy college if you're still in there. It
Yeah.
is the best. It's
Just
truly the best.
Play the music.
Yeah.
I
I'm
hope-
already starting to get emotional. It's sad.
Yeah, bro. But listen, no, we're good. We're chilling. We're on to the next part of life. I'll say this. This is the word of the day.
What is that?
This is
Is that
from.
an edamame? Is that edamame? Like
This is from, I believe, the palm trees that, if you can see in the background here. I just fell, and so
no, do not eat that, bro.
you
gonna
know,
get-
this is literally brain rot.
I don't know about that.
Watch. I'm gonna do it on air. And like that. I
Yep.
just did that.
Yeah. Juwan, I feel like
Talk to me about
Yeah.
Miles Garrett. He just signed before this. We
To
talked
who-
about
where?
sports. No, we talked enough
Where?
about sports.
Where?
We talked enough.
Yeah, where did he sign though?
Browns.
Oh.
Yeah, you just re-signed 4-year deal. Let's talk about something else. What's your
think.
go-to essentials for the beach?
You're not gonna like this, man. I am not a beach fan. I do not like the beach, but if I was going to the beach, it's not like my first thing. Like if I'm going down the shore and I'm going to enjoy the nice weather, I'm gonna go to the boardwalk. Like, I'm a boardwalk fan. I don't really like I don't like laying out on the beach and that's.
I
just
don't
not
like
my
laying
thing.
on the beach, but sitting on the beach, like with your feet in the sand.
I'm not like a big fan of like looking at the ocean and like I don't know. It's just not my thing. But my essentials are you got to have a towel. Number one,
Yeah,
you have to have a
just like
towel. You have to have some sort of umbrella / shade device / sunglasses / hat.
Yes.
Hat works. So hat / beach towel, and you got to have a beverage.
Facts. No, those are
That's all.
valid.
What are your 3 beach essentials?
Number one is sunscreen because unfortunately I'm pasty.
Okay, it's a good
Number
one.
two is gonna be you gotta have trail mix. You gotta have trail mix. You gotta have trail mix. I mean, it's an essential. Or Chex Mix. Or Chex Mix.
Okay.
Trail mix,
Okay.
or, like with M&Ms, or Chex Mix.
You're a
And
big
then
guy.
yeah, huge. And then the third one is like if you want to go sport mode, get your Crocs out.
It's a very interesting three. I feel like we have like a three that can be kind of interwoven.
For
You know, maybe
sure.
if you want to take out a beverage and get some trail mix,
Oh,
go ahead.
by the way, the best beverage on the beach, hands down,
It's
Arizona
water,
iced
bro.
tea, Arizona iced
Nah,
tea,
it's water.
Arizona iced tea, Arizona iced
Best
tea,
beverage is water. Best beverage is water. If you get an
Arizona,
ice cold water on the beach, it's like you're being reborn again. It is like,
dude, Arizona iced coffee, not coffee, iced tea. Have you ever had an Arizona iced tea, 99 cent?
of course I have.
Okay,
I just
that
wouldn't
will,
say that's what I just wouldn't say me personally. That's what I'm
but it will
itching for.
change your palate and will give greater understanding to the appreciation. Doesn't even make sense. It just gives greater appreciation towards substances like that.
Maybe I'll rip one of those today. I don't know.
No, you know what? If you do, get an IRL stream going and let's see you actually pick it up out of the
I'll
thing.
put it on the story. I'll put it on the story.
Please, no, put it on the start. Photo on the notes. Um, I want to we've done a lot of shout outs today, but I want to do one more shout out.
Let's do it.
I want to do a
Who we
shout out
shouting
to
out?
Ben. I'm shouting out Ben Wasserman.
W
You know what?
W
You know
shout
what?
out.
You know why I'm shouting out Ben Wasserman? From his takes on Instagram to his insightful comments on LinkedIn. I think Ben Wasserman not only has a great future, but he has great insight into all things entertainment, all things sports, and really all things life. I think that kid's taught me to just embrace the present moment a lot. And yeah, I'll let you just kind of speak on your relationship if you want a little bit with Ben Wasserman, but I just thought I'd give a little, drop a little seed in there.
For those of you that don't know Ben Wasserman, it's Ben the sports guy. He is one of our great friends. My laundry is finished. Okay. Sorry.
Appreciate you
My
letting me
my
know
my
that.
my
Brought to you
my,
by,
my brought to you by Samsung.
correct?
Uh, yeah, Ben, great guy. Positive vibes only. Devils, Yankees, Jets fan. I don't think he's a basketball fan. Great guy. Shout out to you, Ben. Although you were rooting for Alex Pereira last night, and he got
Butt handled to him. He
last
got
night.
his butt handled.
He got worked. He got worked. Shout out Magomed Ankalaev.
Which is crazy.
Your
He has
head.
14. He has 14, by the way. 14 wins straight.
Who? Who? Oh yeah. No, he's a stud. He's a stud. Yeah. So shout out Ben W. He was rooting for. He's a big Justin Gaethje fan, so he got the dub last
Gaethje,
night.
do you see that uppercut?
Yeah, that was sick. That was sick. That
I
was
don't
a
know.
great fight.
By
That was
the
a
way,
great fight.
that was a great card fight. A great card. How it ended up.
Next month is cracked though. Like next month's card, a Volk versus Diego Lopez. Like,
Wait. Did you see the knockout though with King Green, with the kick?
yeah, he got slept. He got slept. But Mauricio Rufy, he is himmy.
Like
Himmy.
Zaretsky, he literally went like this.
He was like, dun, dun, boom.
Like, tell me that he didn't like he was like clean knockout, like clean. Didn't even have to punch him.
As soon as the heel connects with the temple, you lose all consciousness. I'm looking up the 314 fight card. Okay, so the main event is Alexander Volkanovski against Diego Lopez, which
Lopez
is a
is
banger.
winning.
Co-main, Michael Chandler versus Patty the Batty Pimlet.
Wow.
Phenomenal. Like, that is just cinema. Like, people make movies about that movie, or about that fight.
Movies about that movie.
Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. Actually, this fight isn't as stacked as I thought, but the two, Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. Some people don't know these names.
Yeah, see, these are, it wasn't, this last card was great.
Yeah, it was really good. It was like four fights deep. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. I don't know.
Yeah. But
The
everybody gets the
card's
point.
great.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Chandler Patty. That's
Were
gonna
you
be a good
surprised
fight.
that Pereira lost to Ankalaev?
No. I was telling everyone that Magomed was gonna win,
Bro,
and everyone was like,
can you put two and two together that it's him, Islam, and now there's one other guy that's Russian that are literally dominating. Ankalaev, not Islam. It's someone else. There's one other guy that's Russian that also won. There's three of
I'm
them.
drawing a blank. Let me look
Anyways,
it up. I can look it up.
those people from that bloodline are absolutely crushing it, and it's insane. Insane.
Okay. Who? Khabib.
Yeah.
Yeah. Khabib. Um, yeah. Makachev. Khabib, Makachev, Chimaev. There's a bunch of them.
Chimaev.
There's a lot. There's a lot of Russian guys in the UFC. They're studs. I don't know who's better, like the Russians or the Brazilians. Like they're like they're having a
Brazilians are known for
generational.
being really good, like kickboxing and like
Yeah.
really good at that, and then obviously wrestling for the Russian fellas. Zaretsky, before we hop out of here, I
Let's
gotta
go.
ask something. What do you feel is the most important? We've asked a lot of most important, but what is like the most important part of a bagel?
Hmm. The crunch. The crunch. Because it doesn't matter what you put in the bagel. If you're biting into it and you don't get hit with that,
Wow, that was good. That was good.
the bagel sucks. Like if you just bite into it, it's like mushy and it all comes together.
You don't like doughy. You
Sometimes
don't like dough. You don't like doughy like
it
bagels.
could be crunchy and people get it misconstrued. Like miss me with the cracker bagel where it's like all crunch and it's like there's no dough.
Like this gone. That's not a fit.
If you bite into a bagel and it's just straight doughy, like it just doesn't do it for me. Sometimes it works, but you got to get that with that dough too. You know, what's the most important part of the
By the way,
bagel
if
for
there's
you?
one career that you could pursue with sound effects, screw it's. I'm serious, for movies, bro. That was insane. You're like,
I don't even know how that sounded. I got to listen back to it.
no, that was
What's the
insane.
most important part on a bagel for you? I need
For
to know.
me, it's the knife you use to actually use whatever spread it is. Because if you use
What
a
if it's
butter
not a
knife
spread?
and you're just eating a bagel, just eating a bagel.
That's diabolical. But I was saying if you have like a bacon, egg, and cheese or something.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, great point. It's gotta be like the firm like undercarriage. You know? Like sometimes you know how the bagels get a little bit lumpy on the bottom? Like it's got a little bit of that lump, or sometimes it's super thin. Just
Yeah,
like it's like the platform that you're sitting on.
yeah. So I'm saying like, it's got to be crunchy. It's got to have like some. It's
No,
got to have some
so
foundation.
you don't want like thin like basically like pretzels as like how crunchy it is. You don't
Yeah,
want it that
yeah.
crunchy. But then you also
No.
don't want it like too doughy where it's like literally like we're eating out of like flour.
Yeah, yeah. That's why you got to pull up to
Fair.
New Jersey. We got the best bagels. No cap. No cap.
I've been told by a couple of people here that New York beats them by a mile where it's not even a joke. But
Well, I don't have bagels from New York often because I'm usually there in the afternoon /
do you
nighttime,
want to
so all the
plug your
places are
favorite bagel
closed.
spot and where you live?
Juwan, like, it's a great world that I have a problem. Like that, one of my biggest problems is that I haven't found a go-to bagel spot. There's a few that I rotate between because those are just like go-to options, but there isn't one place where I'm just there like
Like it's
every
not your
time.
staple.
There's a couple that I go to, but there isn't one where it's like I gotta go here.
Yeah,
And it's tough
totally.
because all the places are good.
All of them are
So
great.
if you have a good recommendation, throw it down in the comments because I need it.
Let us know. As always, we gotta finish with the question that's consistent. So what's the
Word of
word
the
of the
day.
day?
Word of the day for me has got to be. I feel like I say it the same word all the time. Let me think of something.
This
Um,
intermission report is
my
brought
vo-
to you.
my my vocabulary is not very extensive.
I'm not gonna lie, the fact that you just said that is actually crazy because I think that same thing about me.
Hmm.
I got the dogs
Okay,
on
you
the
know what? You know
lily.
what? My word of the day is going to be precaution
Why?
because you need to approach a lot of situations with precaution because if you enter a situation and you have expectations about how that interaction is going to go, and this could be for a majority of things, you're going to be disappointed. So you need to. What was my word again? I'm so lost. I just try to go on a tangent.
Precaution.
Okay, yeah. So you need to enter situations with precaution, and you need to expect the unexpected. Because if you go into like, if I go into this recording and just be like, like this is going to be the best record ever, we're going to have the best conversations ever, and it ends up being mid, then I'm going to be disappointed. So if you enter situations with precaution, then you have the resistance to fall back and be like, it's okay because I was precautious. You're so lost. I'm just going on
I'm
yapping.
listening. I'm listening.
I don't know where I'm going with this,
I've
but
been listening.
just be precautious in life
Yeah.
and just understand that not everything's going to go your way. Not everything's going to be bad, not everything's going to be good, but if you don't expect the highest, then you won't be as disappointed if things go wrong. That's what I
And
wanted
with
to say.
and I love that. And my word of the day to come back on that is going to be palm trees, because that's one thing that
Is
is
that two
different.
words or one word? We need to
I'm
fact
not
check
gonna
that.
lie, fact checking, it's definitely two words, so I'm gonna do another one, and that is porcupine. My word of the day is gonna be porcupine. Zaretsky, what did I just say?
You said your word of the day is porcupines, but
Yeah.
I was checking to see palm trees is technically one word and they're called palms. So if you want to use that one, you have access
Palms.
granted.
So
Okay.
palms, because that could be used in multiple ways. Palm, like Robert Prince and Justin Lusner know, of flexing, or palms is in these beautiful, you know, excuse me, trees. Um, these beautiful trees that are behind you here. That PA, unfortunately, New Jersey, they don't have really. And so to embrace the moment and to
Yeah.
be and those things. Um, but what I will say before we hop out of here is I just want to shout out again the fellas that came here to California, but I want to shout out everybody out there that's actually going after their dreams and really pursuing every day to become better, because there's so much hate in this world. There's so much stuff going around, and I just appreciate those that are trying to do what's best for the world, whether that's through the environment, whether that's through policy, whether that's through business. Just being a good person, man, at the end of the day, like that's all that matters, because all this other ancillary stuff, we could talk about stuff on this podcast and just have fun, yes, but like at the end of the day, Ethan and I want to make an impact and want to put a smile on someone's face from our just conversation. So I wanted to actually end the podcast on that note. So from the
I love
Unstructured
that.
Podcast last show, Ethan Zaretsky, Juan Faura, we out.